Forever Green by Michaela Montine, illustrated by John Gurney. One summer, many summers ago, a bluebird named Benny fell out of his nest and broke his wing. Summer slowly turned to fall. There was a coolness in the air, and the days were growing shorter. The robins felt it, and so did the cardinals and the wrens and all the other birds. Benny felt it too. It was time to begin flying south for the winter. But Benny's wing still had not healed. He would never be able to make the long trip. The other bird tidied up their nests and promised to meet again in the spring. As they flew away, Benny sadly waved goodbye to all his friends. He had never spent the winter in the north, but he knew he would need a safe, warm place to stay until spring arrived. Benny asked a birch tree if he could live in its branches for the winter. "Oh no," said the birch tree. "I have enough to do just to take care of myself without taking care of the likes of you. Go away, little bird." Next, Benny asked a big oak tree if he might spend the winter in the warmth of its branches. "How do I know you won't eat my acorns?" said the big oak tree. "I promise I won't," said Benny. "I don't believe you," said the oak tree. "I've never trusted bluebirds, and I'm not about to start now. Go away, little bird." So Benny sadly went to the next tree he saw, which was a tall willow tree. "Oh, willow tree," said Benny, "may I please spend the winter in your long, beautiful branches?" But the willow just shook its head and said, "I'm trying to take a nap. Go away, little bird, and don't bother me." A pine tree standing nearby overheard what the willow tree had said. "Come here, little bluebird," said the pine tree. "I have many warm branches. You may stay with me until spring arrives." "Oh, thank you," said Benny, and he happily hopped into the pine tree's branches. A spruce tree had also been listening all this time and said, "I will protect you and the pine tree from the strong northern winds. Don't worry, little bluebirds. You will be safe and warm until springtime." A little juniper tree had been listening as well, and it said, "I have berries. I will have berries all winter, and I have plenty to spare, so you will not go hungry." And as Benny settled gratefully into his new home, winter arrived in the forest. The snow swirled, the wind howled, and riding on the wind was the great Jack Frost himself. "I have heard," said Jack Frost, "about the selfishness of some trees in this forest. I have also heard of the kindness of others. Therefore, this winter, and all winters ever after," he decreed, "all the trees will lose their leaves and stand bare and cold until spring arrives. All trees, that is, except the pine and spruce and juniper, which will remain forever green." The bluebird made it through the winter just fine. And the pine, the spruce, and the juniper, they stayed as green as ever all winter long. And they still do. The end.